Hey guys, welcome to A&M's first podcast. Not A&M's first podcast, but this A&M Talk Show's podcast. This is all about football. No other sports. No. Well, we will debate a little bit, and you might as well go follow our Instagram page because there's a couple things on there. Every once in a while, we'll have a guest. We have some other friends that will have their own opinions, but A&M yesterday stayed in the number 5 spot. Notre Dame's number 4, Ohio State number 3. And is that right? It's the question. So Ohio State, they played 6 games. A&M played 9. After one of them got canceled, I think. 2 games got canceled. 1 game got canceled. And I don't think that's right. We're in the Orange Bowl right now, playing UNC, University of North Carolina. Um, Now Ohio State almost lost to Northwestern. It was a 12-point game, and they're number 3. I understand that they won their Big Ten championship, but I wouldn't take them down. I wouldn't put them up either. In my opinion, they shouldn't even be number 4 in the first place. I would put them 6, around 6, because they didn't play as many games. I understand it's not their fault, but you got to give credit for a schedule, right? You play more games. They got every other week off because of COVID. I mean, it's the point. Um, and then there was Notre Dame. They lost by 24 points to Clemson after beating them in overtime. So that Clemson had starters back, and I don't, I don't, I think they shouldn't have. I don't think they should be 4. I think A&M should be 4, but that's me. This is my cat, by the way. Ignore her. Um, but should A&M be number 5? I think the question I should be asking is, would I think with the committee that we have right now, should we be 5? I think we would be 5 because committee is stupid. In my opinion, if we expanded to a 6-game championship, I understand it takes more work and all that, but get better TV ratings and it's all around better. And I think A&M would have been in that, obviously, because we stayed number 5. The committee, I think the only person on our side on that committee might have been R.C. Slocum, the whole Aggie. But I think that if we had a better committee, these guys are going off with the old blue bloods. So they're saying the reason Oklahoma is now number 6, which they are number 6, right behind A&M, is because they improved, right? A&M lost a week 2 matchup to Alabama, and they're saying they have not had enough earned losses. Now, according to a couple, like Kelman has said, that some of these mediocre teams in the SEC would run the table in some smaller conferences. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but because I've never played them, but it makes sense, right? And I think A&M deserves to be in the conference because you can tell we obviously improved our first game versus Vandy. That was crap. I thought we were going to be the worst team in the SEC that year, except for Vandy because we beat them. But then we went on to play Alabama, and I was like, yep, it's not going to be a good year. We lost by 24 points. Not happy about that. And then we went on to play Florida, which was a close, throw it down the field, shootout game. And we won by, I think, a field goal. I can't remember. That was such a long time ago. I was in Texas at the time. I was over there in Austin. I had the chance to go to the game. But we had to visit with some people. And we won. I'm like, I knew our only chance to have a good season was the defense needed to improve. And we got we won a couple games and we had to go off for 2 weeks because of COVID protocol. And now our only good thing about us right now looks like it's our defense. But the reason that we're not ranked higher is because They understand how we control the game as a team. As a team, we control the game by time, taking up time. So if you look at our last game, Tennessee, I think we controlled the ball 44 minutes. They only controlled it 14. I mean, we didn't give them a chance to try and win the game, which is our whole thing. We make our defense get stops, and then we run the ball. And Tennessee, I have to give them. I have to tip my cap to them. They stopped our run game pretty good, but their secondary kind of did not help. And our offensive line, best in the league, I think, except Alabama. Alabama has, I think they could have a better offensive line because they beat us, and with our defense and how they look right now, I don't think we should have lost that game. I think we could probably beat everybody in the playoffs except Alabama. Alabama, I'm not sure about. I bet if we really, really wanted to, I mean, if we went out there, played our best ball, we could. And our offense, it's that run game, right? And that's not what, well, most of the SEC is accustomed to that, but we're getting close to that air raid with Mike Leach, and I'd say give him a couple years, he's going to be awesome. A&M used to play him in the Big 12. He knew how to get under us Aggie skin, and I think that was an amazing hire by State. Of course, I live in Mississippi, so used to live in Texas, moved up to Delaware, then now I'm here. But I think A&M should be in that number 4 spot. The question also has to be asked if we would win against Alabama. Don't think we would. So I'm happy with the New Year's Six. You know, Orange Bowl, we're playing UNC. That's a pretty good win if we get it. Because if you look at UNC's numbers, their offense is scary. And if our defense can shut them down, and also next year, I mean, freshman team. We're going to lose Kellen Mond. I did not like him. He has proved otherwise that he's a pretty good quarterback. I still don't like him though. He's not comfortable in the pocket. I mean, he can stick in there for if he really thinks about it, but the whole team revolves around him. So that's why we kept him and we put so much work into him. And the whole team revolves around him. And if he's not feeling good during a game, it's going to be a close game. I mean, we're not going to win by a lot. We might not win at all. But I think we could beat North Carolina by a lot. I mean, we'll see because their offense is it's a weapon. And then there's next year freshman class. I'm wondering who our quarterback's going to be. It's not going to be a freshman. Haynes King, I think, is our option. We're going to have a couple of freshmen in the recruiting class, but I think he's probably our best option. And then we work from that. And our offensive line is going to leave. They're going to go to the NFL and they're going to get drafted pretty high. And I mean, what else is there to say? Go Aggies. I hope we win this Orange Bowl. It'd be a huge win. Our offense isn't doing as much as I'd like them to do. I'd like us to win games by more than 14 points, but because I think we would have gone up in the rankings if, like, committee, if they looked at a game where we blew them out by like 50, not exactly 50 points, but if it was like a 50 to 14 game, like an Alabama kind of game, then they'd be like, oh, Texas A&M. Maybe got to give them a chance. But I'd say give Jimbo some time. Let him think about it. He'll do good. And as for these SEC coaches, there's been a lot of firings, and I think it's getting more competitive. I mean, if you look at South Carolina's hire as head coach, I like that hire. I can't remember his name, but he's been tight end coach. He's done everything that you would want him to do. He's done offensive and defense coordinator. He's never been a head coach though. Don't know how much discipline he'll bring to that team because that's what, if you look at these teams, they need leadership, they need discipline. I don't know how much discipline he has. He has leadership. He needs it, but discipline. And I mean, I think we have a pretty good chance at winning this Orange Bowl. It's going to be fun to watch on New Year's 6. It's on the 2nd of 2021, 8 p.m. Get ready for it, and we should do pretty good.